Guys, what is going on? Yeah, guys, sorry for yesterday, had some internet problems, right? It's yeah, but everything's fixed now. So I think here we are and everything is good, you know? I don't even know, like, it's just a little bit more of this weather. And guys, where I am, there's supposed to be bad weather this weekend. So if things are too bad, then there might not be a Sunday live. Just letting you guys know. So hopefully everything stays, the weather stays good and the ice doesn't knock down any trees or any of that stuff. So yeah, guys, let me do one thing here. Who do we have here? We have Keyshawn. What's up, dude? Cora's here. Steve is here. Seagrip's here. Mystic Marks, Snowboard, Brent. What's going on, guys? Now, guys, this we've had not quite a few, but this mental health for these chicks, this whole issue keeps popping up because there's a couple of factors to this, right? And I'm going to take a little bit to actually just go off on a rant here, and then I'll drop the link, give you guys my thoughts, and then I'll drop the link, right? But guys, this mental health thing, a lot of it is with women is just an excuse to skirt around any accountability and any reason, and to actually have to be required to be nice to people or to show up on time, any of that, guys. Anytime that they say, that someone says, hey, why were you late? Why are you so mean to your husband? Why don't you care about your children, right? All we hear is,
and I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught. Okay. Well, I feel like my whole life is ending.
Clown world. Guys, especially this big push towards chicks in their 20s, these college-age chicks having mental health issues. It's all cap, it's all cope, it's all crap, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Guys, never, ever, ever, ever fall for this unless she's actually been diagnosed. 9 times out of 10, they diagnose themselves, guys. Do not fall for it. Do not. And if they have been diagnosed, guys, run for the hills. You can't fix them. It's not your fight. And all it's going to do is make your life a living hell, guys. Seriously. Why? You can't save them, gentlemen. You can't. So don't even try. Why? Women live life on easy mode and then have the nerve to try and say that they have mental health problems. It just doesn't make any sense. Then they're so stupid, right, that they fall for Big Pharma's hook, line, and sinker. It just doesn't make any sense. Because what do they have to have anxiety about? What do they have to do on a daily basis, right? They have to risk their lives going to work, go to war, right? No, but they can have PTSD, anxiety, ADHD, all this crap, and it's crap. I don't believe them for a moment. Look on TikTok, look on Instagram. All you see are chicks saying, oh, I can never be online, organized or clean my house because I have ADHD. I can never be on time. I can't work in groups at work. I can't turn in my assignments on time. They can't be adults because they have ADHD, clown world. It's a joke. It's one big cop-out. One big cop-out. Look at that, guys. Put a 1 if you agree. What an absolute joke. And I've watched enough of these TikToks, guys. I've watched enough of these Instagrams. And there's a type there's some loudmouth B-dub or some college chick who you know is on a bunch of head meds, who's rode a bunch of dongs, and all of a sudden it's ADHD. They're chomping Ritalin and Adderall like it's freaking Tic Tacs. And it's another way for them to garner sympathy, because I don't have any. We have our own stuff to worry about, you know? Guys, I'm going to drop the link here. Right? Oops. I'm going to drop the link here, guys. So even what's come on, we'll kind of rant about this first for a little while, and then we will hold on. And then we will drop some news, and then we'll look at some videos. So, but yeah, guys, I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I started seeing this right around 2000, right? Well, so when I was in college, so 2002, 2001 to about 2006, that's when I really started seeing this, right? And what they still don't talk about is the absolute travesty that happened with young boys in the 90s and the 2000s, where all of a sudden they got rid of recess, they got rid of sports in schools, and because boys couldn't sit still because they made the way that girls learned the default, here, let's give all these boys Ritalin. Yay! It's just ridiculous. Big Pharma made trillions of dollars. Trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars off of prescribing 2 generations of young men Adderall. And it's not just black boys. It was white kids, Hispanic kids, all that. And these school counselors, these doctors, these therapists all got kickbacks the more Adderall and Ritalin that they were giving to little kids. And the craziest part is, oftentimes, the young boys who are fidgeting and running around, they're actually the smartest kids. Look at Bill Gates and Elon and all these, Galileo. They were the ones who were running around in class because they weren't engaged. They were smarter than their teachers. They were smarter than the curriculum. Whereas back in the day, there was more of an effort to single those kids out and help them to excel. Now it's like, oh, no. You guys are broken. So here's some Ritalin. It just doesn't make any sense. And here's the craziest part about this. It would be different if they were tearing the boys down and then we saw a hyper influx of female inventors, engineers, right? But no, you don't. You don't. All you're doing is tearing down the boys who are going to fill those slots. I do actually think that there was some of these feminists that honestly thought that was going to happen. Let's call all the smartest boys disabled and stupid so that stop the competition and women will come in. And now, 30 years in, they're finding out
you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Where are the engineers? Where are the economists? Where are the IT developers? Where are the automotive engineers? Where are they? They're not there. It just doesn't make any sense. This is, once again, guys, put a 1 if you agree. The policies that women vote for and advocate for make everything worse. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You can't name any single outcome that has come from women dominating education, mental health, academia, therapy, psychology. Yeah,
pharmacology in a way.
Gotten progressively worse. There has been society is worse off now than it was 30 years ago. I mean, in these fields, when it comes to these fields, and guys, there's a documentary that I was trying to find. If anyone can find this, Rajai, anyway, it was a documentary about the main childhood psych center is in Pittsburgh for ADHD. So like they were showing the ridiculous percentage more that of ADHD prescriptions that there are in the greater Pittsburgh area than anywhere else. All of the companies, researchers, and manufacturers are in Pittsburgh, right? So like that's ground zero for all of this. So it basically shows like what we've been saying. Like these companies have so much sway that all the local schools basically say, if you're a boy and you have disciplinary problems, Ritalin, bang. You know what I'm saying? East Coast says they're all strong and independent until it's time to shovel that snow. Facts. That's absolute facts, man. Absolute facts. Thanks for the $5, my friend. I appreciate that.
You are scaring the hoes.
Snowboard. What do you think? Think of all this. This Ritalin and women. We'll talk about women first, and then we'll hear boys first, and then women second.
Yeah, I think one aspect of it that's not, or just another aspect of it is too, once women became more administrative roles in schools and everything, that's when they wanted the boys to shut up, quiet down, be dumbed down. And that's what Ritalin and stuff can do a lot of times. It just kind of makes you quietly sit in the back, be easier to control, you're easy to follow directions, and basically kind of become more of a sheep.
Yeah.
There's that. And like I said, like I was on the phone for the first part of the show, but I heard you say like in the 90s and stuff. I was victim to this. I was prescribed Ritalin at a very young age and stuff because I was fidgeting in school. They call you retarded and stuff because you just like, well, I'm not paying attention because it's not interesting to me. And they, you have these old female teachers that also kind of promote if you're the loudest kid in the class, you get shamed the most. And I kind of, you guys know I'm kind of a bit of a troll, so that didn't really work out too well. But
we had lots of practice trolling your teachers in school. Oh,
yeah. But like we've said before, around the I want to say around like 2010, 28, around then, that's when they started hitting the women with this, the Adderall prescriptions and all that too. And Adderall it's basically like meth light. It's it's actually a pretty serious thing. And it does help people. But I'll see if I can find a picture of it. If you take like the chemical breakdown thing of meth, like what the molecule or whatever looks like Adderall is like wicked close to it. That's kind of done on purpose because also too, at the same time, if you give someone meth, they'll go take all the copper out of the house, they'll start getting shit done. It'll be a mess, but they actually so like that is kind of what Adderall is based off of a little bit.
Well, they're all
as strange as that sounds, but it's an amphetamine. But when you give that to women, they start to become, they like it because they can, it helps keep them skinnier. They can drink more. They like women love stimulants. Why do you think they're sipping on a coffee constantly? Always with the coffee. Always.
On snowboard. Hold on. East Coast Kev, man. Guys, you guys all know that have rocked with this channel for a while. I always release women alone on Valentine's Day and single moms alone on Valentine's Day, It's that time of year again. I told you guys, that one Chow Time pod guy, he reacted to my single moms alone on Valentine's Day on his channel, and he's a pretty big channel. And remember, it was the one like white chick, and she had the tattoos, and she looked like one. I mean, hey guys, how much you want to bet her kids are mixed race, right? And sure enough, her kids walked on and she was like, "Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Look at that!" So I started laughing, right? And Red, the Showtime guy, started laughing too, right? And then people in his comments are like, "I can't believe you're laughing at that!" And you guys know this year that I'm gonna have
well.
primed and ready to go. But he says, I have a random question. Who else is standing by for all the crash outs on Valentine's Day? Facts. Thanks for the $5, my friend. Guys, make sure to hit the like button on the way in, man. Keep going, Snowboard.
Yeah, this is also too part of the Adderall / Ritalin. They want you to be a factory worker in a sense. So this really kind of helps with that process. They want you to kind of shut up, just do your job, don't really think a lot. Companies and stuff like that. So it creates a lot of people who also don't think outside of the box. People who would take Adderall, they're not necessarily they might be kind of productive, but they're not creative.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So it kills a lot of entrepreneurial people. Like once you have a task, then you might use the Adderall to accomplish it. But to think of a new creative solution or a new idea or a new invention or whatever, it's not really like good for that. So it's better to have people. In other words, I'm saying this, it's better. You can control a mass of people or a classroom in this sense when a ton of them are on Adderall because they're just sitting there kind of geeked out, just, breathing heavily, waiting to, receive their orders.
Well,
and just
here,
do it as quick as possible.
Here, guys, check this out. Okay. And we'll break some news here in a little bit, guys. I want to try and, since the live start, I want to try and talk about the topic first because then we get in the news for like a half hour. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah. But either way, guys, so there's more women being diagnosed with ADHD because of increased awareness, better understanding of female-specific symptoms like inattention, daydreaming, instead of hyperactivity, social media's role in self-recognition, hormonal changes during perimenopause, exacerbating hidden symptoms. Look. Evolving understanding. ADHD was historically defined by hyperactive boys, but research now shows it presents differently in girls and women, often internalizing issues like disorganization, forgetfulness, and emotional deregulation. Now, guys, do you see how this is one big walking, talking big pharma ad?
Mm-hmm. They love it.
Yeah, this is basically showing how they got flim-flammed, right?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Inattention / daydreaming? Serious? What does that mean? Hold on. Social media's role in self-recognition, meaning all these chicks find out about it on TikTok? How is that a thing? That shouldn't be a factor in how this works. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I watched TikTok and now I think that I have this thing. They're seriously saying what we're saying, but saying that it's valid. TikTok is responsible. That's like the whole Transformer thing. It's now proven to be a social contagion, guys. The Transformer identification rate with younger Gen Z has fallen through the floor because from 2021 to 2023, it was cool, it was awesome, it was validation in the wokey wokes. Ridiculous. Look at this. Healthcare providers also recognize that high achieving chicks often mask these symptoms. Men embrace these symptoms. What are you talking about? And then look, internalizing issues like disorganization, forgetfulness, and emotional dysregulation. Women are naturally emotionally dysregulated. What are you talking about? Anyways,
Yeah, but
you're
I was
saying
about to
something?
say, if you pay really close attention to those symptoms, all they're doing is describing normal, typical female behaviors
Thank you.
and giving them an excuse behind it, and giving them a medical excuse to excuse their poor choices, bad decisions, and deplorable behaviors.
Yep, yep.
That's
And the
all it
best,
is. Because we already know they don't listen, they don't learn, they don't think about consequences, and they already don't cook and clean.
yeah, but even like the whole social expectation of them, our fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers knew that women were just emotional, right? This is how it is. Women were actually more free societally to express their emotions back in the day because it was not a negative stereotype by women and wokes to say that women are emotional. How many times? Yeah, it's the wife again. You guys all know how she is, right? But now, if a woman or anyone else says that a woman's emotional, it's
How dare you?
right. So look at this, and now they're actually trying to turn menopause into a diagnosis, just like have these wokey wokes want puberty to be a diagnosis that can be cured. Now they're trying to make menopause. Oh, menopause is a natural thing that women have been going through for generations, for thousands of years. The human female animal goes through menopause. And these idiots act like it's such a horrible, bad thing that they take a whole bunch of pills. And Big Pharma's like, all right, we'll give them to you. Here you go. But then they have to start taking pills to get rid of the side effects of the pills that they're taking. Look. So women often develop coping mechanisms / masking to fit in, making symptoms subtle and leading to later diagnoses. What a joke. Here we go. What was missed before? The hyperactive boy stereotype led to underdiagnosis in girls. Now, how much you want to bet that they say that this is the signs of the patriarchy? Boys didn't want this. You see how they turned something that victimized boys into something that makes them a victim? It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, man. Look at this article here. Why women are the new face of ADHD. Look at that, guys. Here we go. This is from CBS News. ADHD is associated with children. Look at this. Carolyn Dowling scrolled through TikTok and she came across, oh, come on, you pop up, across videos talking about ADHD. And I was like, oh, that sounds like me. When asked what she saw that made her think about her having ADHD, she said the fluctuation of attention, and if I'm interested in something new, I get so hyper focused into it, I want to become an expert in it. And so all of a sudden, I'm just not interested. That's how I've been my entire life. She was evaluated and discovered at 41 she has ADHD. And now I guarantee that she's taking Ritalin, Adderall. What a joke.
Also, too, when you got people taking Ritalin and Adderall, what happens? Oh, you get anxiety because you're jacked up on meth light. I gotta bring that down with a couple of Xanny bars and whatnot and stuff. That's what they do. So they also do that to even themselves out. It has a lot to do with the rise in drinking because you're taking Adderall, you can drink way more because you're your body's sped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just guys, try to take as little medication as possible. Guys, if they tell you to take blood pressure medicine, or guys, just switch up your diet and lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Snowboard dropped this in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, play it from 322, 3 minutes.
There you go.
You don't have to
This
do the
isn't-
whole thing.
I don't think this is copyrights. I think we're
no, it's not. This is Doug Stanhope. He doesn't care.
the thing that who was
it's satirical too.
No, listen. Someone that I watched had said that they've taken away the places where people need to go to work. Meaning, like, instead of saying there's just some people who are supposed to be greeters at Walmart, or some people that are just supposed to be dock workers. That's what they're suited for, right? There are just some people who are just better suited to be cops or academics or someone who might love sitting there and alphabetizing insurance forms. There are people out there who love doing that, poring over spreadsheets, right? Let's encourage everyone to find their niche and go there. But these liberals, they want this egalitarianism, where they want everyone to have the same outcomes. They don't want to admit that people are interested in different things and want to make different decisions and go to certain things, and that there's a hierarchy in society. Some people are meant to be engineers. Some people are meant to friggin' dig ditches. Some are meant to friggin' do retail. There's nothing wrong with that. But instead, everyone needs to go to college. Everyone needs to work in an office. Everyone doesn't need to do that. People have different career paths, have different strengths, have different weaknesses, and they should be free to actually go and decide what they want to do. And if they're kind of on that lower kind of Forrest Gump end, maybe someone needs to kind of insert them there. Here you go. Here you go, little Willie. Go and do this, But instead, everyone needs to be some college-educated bachelor's degree, student loan having dunderhead. It just doesn't.
Getting to the point, and you are right that this is a comedy clip, of course, but
yeah.
AJ is also right too. At the same time,
the truth.
That's one of the best comedy hours you'll ever see. Doug Stanhope, no refunds. It's free on YouTube. 1 hour. It talks a lot about philosophy. It's George Carlin level good. It's really good.
It says in a recent study, Epic Research, an organization that analyzes the electronic medical records data, looked at more than 3 million patients' records nationwide and found an increase in new ADHD patients, especially in women. Researchers found that while the overall incidence of ADHD has remained small among adults, less than 1%, the percentage of adult women who were newly diagnosed nearly doubled from 2020 to 2022. They said that this is because of the rise of social media. Look at that. What a joke. What an absolute joke. And Big Pharma's making billions off of this. Here we go, guys.
Give talks now.
Hey, women.
And when I give talks now, I like to tell people that ADHD can be so different for everyone, because you can have as few as 5 symptoms and say you have ADHD. Some of the women I talked to had all 18 symptoms. Some of us have more severe symptoms than others. And then, depending on the family you're born into, that can make a big difference. And then you need, good diet and good rest and good nutrition. There's all these things that some of us we're more fortunate to have than others. So it's very hard when people come out and say ADD is a disorder and someone else says, no, it's a superpower. I just think
only a woman would say that, right, guys? What a joke. Hold on. Here we go.
ADHD is having a head that's constantly full of noise, and everything comes in at the same intensity.
You mean being a woman?
Yeah. Well, you just put like a little bit of alcohol on that. Quiet it
Seriously,
down.
guys, hit the like button on the way in, guys. We have 65 people. We have 37 likes, guys. Hit the like button, please.
For your diagnosis, why do you think it took so long?
Bluntly, it's because I was female.
There's a stereotype that attention deficit hyperactivity disorder only affects naughty boys.
And it came from women. It came from these female psychologists, psychiatrists, all this other stuff to try and demonize young boys. And now they're like, well, actually, it should have been us the whole time. That shows a patriarchy doesn't care about the women's health. Governor, please.
But it, like I was saying before, it kind of stems from the administrators and teachers. Anytime that anyone acts up or got annoying, they're like, just medic. You know what I'm saying? That's where the reference comes from that then goes to the psychologist, psychiatrist to get it done. So they're just saying like, oh, well, this is from an official source. You know, the teacher's aide is saying this, and the teacher's aide is some, loser that just doesn't want to deal, doesn't really want to work. So she's like, just leave these kids medicated, have them shut up so I can, go home earlier without as much stress. That's what, like, seriously, like a big chunk of this is.
Yep.
White boys, like, just running around in class. That is literally all I knew about ADHD.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Boys, like, just running around in class.
Naughty boys.
Unless you said white boys.
Yes.
You said white boys. What the heck did that have to do with it?
Watch.
Small white boys, like, just running around in class.
Of course.
Yeah.
They have to make it about race. Yep. Right, guys? What an absolute dunderhead.
Maybe it is a super empower because we are inventing stuff. I want to see you guys invent some stuff.
So stupid.
That is literally all I knew about ADHD.
It's estimated that at least tens of thousands of women in the UK could have undiagnosed
This is
ADHD.
a demon face. This is a mean woman. That's a mean woman.
English looking chicks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Dude, guys,
you are the weakest link, twat.
Dude, guys, put it one if you agree. Guys, British chicks age like goat milk. You know what I'm saying?
Just
straight
a
up,
mean
dude.
face. Just a mean face.
And it's so
woman.
funny because it looks so terrible, but it's not like their son in the UK. Like, how do British chicks look so bad?
Something, but you don't know.
You don't know, Governor.
Yeah, she's.
Today I can't read a book because I've got the ADHD.
Yeah.
Come on.
I used to smoke because of it, and I have a smoker's throat. And that helped me focus. Yeah.
I turned to stone during the day because I'm a gargoyle.
Cheers.
These women have spent much of their lives feeling misunderstood. For Twiggy, something clicked when she read about a woman's experience on social media.
She's finding it hard to focus at work. She works in a different way to everyone else. So many ideas, but finds it hard to follow through with them. I was like, hold on a second.
She had to persuade her GP to refer her to a psychiatrist.
When I got my diagnosis, I think I started crying. I felt really relieved. And
I'm telling you, the only thing worse, like, it's sad because the British B-dubs are just as bad as the American ones. And it's like, I don't know why, but you just expect more. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's even worse. Is like British B-dubs are ratchet, but there's no need for them to be. You know what I mean? They just adopted every single negative ratchet stereotype that comes from the American B-dubs, you know?
I felt happy at the same time because I thought to myself, so all this time, like it wasn't me.
See, no accountability. All this time of getting fired from jobs and being late, treating people like crap. Oh, and it's not my fault. Oh, I have a disease, please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Experts say improving ADHD diagnosis in women is vital, as the longer they go untreated, the poorer their outcomes could be.
We are not identifying young women and girls, and as a consequence of that, we know that they are more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and socioeconomic poorer outcomes.
But they're more likely to have that stuff anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And by the way, don't take advice from someone who's missing teeth like that guy.
Dude, he's British. I mean, come on.
I know.
That's the majority of them over there.
Yeah, I know. But still, like,
I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's it's not a good criteria for an Englishman. You know what I mean? So
Women who hide their symptoms well can also
Hester?
be misdiagnosed or simply missed.
You learn to suppress
What
who you are
terrible name.
so that you can look
Look at the size of this
Yeah.
chick's dome, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
like a normal person.
Hester means
And then I
like
had a baby.
Hester.
And suddenly that extra pressure, the sleep deprivation, all the wheels fell off. And when he was 3 years old, I had a nervous breakdown.
And
Esther and her husband have both been diagnosed with ADHD.
Hester.
Jesus, man.
Hester and Fester, dude. And
Oh
how
my
much
God.
Tylenol do you guys think they were taking when that little bastard kid was conceived? You know what
A
a
lot.
joke!
Enough
Look
to
at this
molest
guy.
her.
Some of these English people look subhuman, man. Like
They do, yeah.
Guys, we found the missing link, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what these
husband.
people need? Because they're already kind of cooked. Just start ripping cigarettes. You want to focus more? Just start smoking. Seriously, at this point, just start smoking cigarettes constantly.
Andrew Wilson had a thing where he was going on about society's cooked because people stopped smoking en masse. He's like, think about it. It's appetite suppressant, so everyone
helps focus.
Skinny. Everyone had harder jobs, so they were more focused. And then people would smoke and not be stressed out. And now you take all those away, and everyone's fat, lazy, and stressed out all the time. Guys, don't smoke. Don't smoke, guys.
I would say that it might possibly encourage critical thinking in the sense that it makes you stop and reflect and think about what you're actually doing or about to do.
Unless you smoke while you're doing things.
Yeah, then I forgot about that aspect.
How else do you see people who smoke 2 packs a day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying I have seen certain people that they do use it as stimulant, so they'll go outside, stop, take a small break, and really kind of consolidate their thinking for what they're doing.
But the issue is that you or I have to cover them while they're on their freaking smoke breaks. I used to hate that.
Yeah,
like working at a restaurant and not smoking. Yeah. I go to smoke. You cover me?
Yeah.
No.
I guess.
What the
Yeah,
hell, bro?
those
I go to smoke. You
yeah.
don't have to do anything. Why do I have to cover you? It's crap.
But they say while his journey took months, hers took years of doctors not listening.
He was taken seriously. He wasn't doubted. At no point did...
There you go. The victimhood card.
Mm-hmm.
The women set it up this way.
It's
They're
the hero's journey
on men. Ha 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 ha! You guys are all munching Adderall, and you're all horrible, and this and that, da da da. And now they're trying to make it all about them as usual.
Anyone say, "Oh, could you just be anxious? This sounds like anxiety or depression to me. Here, have some tablets."
You had to wait decades for your diet.
Let me guess. They said, "Oh, you have ADHD. Have some tablets." It's the same thing.
Diagnosis. Why do you think it took so long?
Bluntly, it's because I was female. And I was in fact told that by the nurse that actually did finally do my diagnosis. She said, if you'd been a boy, you'd probably been diagnosed when you were at school.
Researchers found girls tend to be missed because their symptoms are more subtle, less hyperactive, more inattentive. Boys are therefore 3 to 4 times more likely to be diagnosed.
And yet now they're making this a woman's issue. Guys, we can't even have ADHD anymore. They take everything from us.
Diagnosed in childhood.
They call this the 304 ratio.
Gap shrinks in adulthood, but experts say the gender bias remains.
These women haven't woken up in their mid-40s with ADHD. They've been signposts all the way along. We need to raise awareness so people know and understand that ADHD in
how much money do you guys think that she's getting paid by Big Pharma?
Females presents differently. They need to know that they can't look for the boisterous boys. They've got to look for something different. And that needs to be done in educational settings, across healthcare practitioners.
But that would go against the feminist thing of women are perfect and invincible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They use ADHD as a way to put us boys down, to us guys down, right? It was a stigma that they can throw on us. And we all know that these feminists don't want Don't want these chicks to have any stigma at all. They want to be perfect angelic beings that are never junkies or 304s or having the high five or any of this stuff. And now they're like, oh, why are they not exposing this? Because there's a whole propaganda machine that will not let this happen. So
also
they
when they do this like, you know, false diagnosis thing where they, you know, say they have something, what do they try to do? They're like, oh, well, I hit the weed pen and then I can focus. So then they're just hitting that weed pen the entire day, saying they're like, then I can function fine, but I'm just hitting this dab pen the entire day, all day. They do that with anxiety too. They're like, well, if I have this, I don't have anxiety. It's like, well, you have anxiety because you're like smoking hash at like work and hiding it.
Yeah.
And you know it's wrong and afraid to get busted. So you should have anxiety for that, dunderhead.
Yeah, guys, that's like, I don't believe ED is a thing. I mean, certain medications can give it to you. Someone says raise awareness equals big pharma paydays. Facts, guys. Hit the like button. Someone, guys, I don't believe ED is real for most men. If you take like a 55-year-old guy who's married for 30 years and you send him to Colombia with C-grip, I get, and he has C-grip, show him around. I guarantee he won't have any ED then. Guarantee. You see some of these 22-year-old big booty Latinas down in friggin' Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it'll start to work real fast. You know?
That's why they call it the blue pill, because you're living a blue pill lifestyle. Fat pig wife that hates you and stuff like that.
That's true.
While a diagnosis brings answers, it raises questions about what could have been.
Lizard.
Sheila's life was full of chaos before she found out she had.
Sheila.
Oh my
hey guys, what's the point in this thing taking medicine? I mean, how much more life does this die?
Yeah, she should be smoking. Yeah.
I mean, bro, shouldn't she have brought the ring to Mordor by now?
ADHD at 63.
Kathleen says ED is real with older men in their 70s. They're in their 70s.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
yeah,
they're trying to market ED pills to freaking guys in their 30s and 40s and 50s. How many of you guys have seen those Hims ads? Hims, Hims.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and it always has guys that are younger than me.
Yeah.
Well, I was having problems in the bedroom. Well, you know, my dick wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like, if you're 40, bro, and you have ED, something's wrong with you, man. What are you talking about? Like real wrong, but it's rare. You guys, once again, go to friggin' go to Prague, go to Rio, go to Medellin, you know? So
situations that I shouldn't be in. Like I've had about 6 car crashes because I'm Superwoman behind the wheel.
Well, that's because you're a woman. You're an old woman. What are you talking about?
She's battled depression and suicidal thoughts. Her impulsive behaviour meant she struggled to work or take care of her children.
I bend over backwards for my kids, but I wouldn't have done that. It was all about me. They've turned out amazingly well, but I'm sad that they've done it in spite of me and not because of me.
All the women we've spoken to say their diagnosis has improved their life.
And they use the word woman loosely with
this gremlin. Yeah.
And they use the word impulsive to say she was a whore.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh yeah.
And therapy has helped. For others, all they finally needed were answers.
The ADHD is very much still there. It's me. It's a part of who I am. But now I'm able to manage it more.
Things that
with medication
I used to berate myself for and hate myself for, I now kind of laugh when it happens.
Do you see? Now they're not accountable. Now they can just act any old way, right? And go, actually, sorry, I've got ADHD.
Yeah.
And it's
and
like,
I'm high the entire day.
I've got to go to the bathroom and snort my lines.
Yeah. I've been chewing the Adderall. I don't take it as recommended. I chew it and abuse it.
Before, I was like a volcano. Now I'm more like a man too.
I can't look at this
Just
thing
get
anymore.
this gremlin
I
out of
just
here.
can't. Hold on,
Yeah.
guys. There's another one here. Hold on. What was it? Hold on.
But you know that woman was a mean bush eater back in the day.
Yeah.
Experts
And when
and
she said she was like a
campaigners are
volcano,
I
she's
was gonna
talking about
say, but guys, much better, right?
Yeah.
All right then. Yeah.
Think that women with ADHD are being misdiagnosed with anxiety and depression. ADHD guidelines used for diagnosis have traditionally focused on men when it can look very different for women.
10-year-old Rudy has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. He's always bouncing around and full of energy. Sometimes he's even hyperactive. But
Isn't it crazy that they even have like a standard for hyperactivity? Just leave him out there on that trampoline for a couple hours. He'll tire himself out, you know? What are you talking about?
10-year-old sister Natasha, who also has ADHD, is more introverted and has problems sleeping.
Yeah, but now you have to admit that men and women are different. You know what I'm saying? And the wokes, they can't admit that. They think that the interchangeable widget theory, and also the whole transformer theory that all of a sudden you can just change from one to the other.
She prefers to spend her time with her snake Xander and has very different symptoms. And this is the reason why a huge number of girls with ADHD aren't getting diagnosed, because symptoms such as inattentiveness are missed in girls or dismissed as daydreaming.
The main reason to get them diagnosed is really because at school that means you can get some more support and some accommodation. And it's becoming more and more important as you go through schooling.
If it's not a lesson I'm interested in, I find myself like almost falling asleep, but not really.
You really have.
That's why you have a thing called discipline. Do you know how many times us guys have to do things that we're not interested in, that we don't like, that we don't want to do? Look at that.
To make a bit of.
And I'm not seeing a father anywhere in this household because a belt across the ass will make her pay attention.
Right, basically, with the schools to sort of get them to understand that it's not about being willful or lazy. It's none of that. It's really because it's properly difficult.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Boys are 5 times more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD than girls, even though later in life, case numbers are roughly similar for men and women. Whether that's because symptoms are based on studies with boys or girls are better at masking them, it means huge numbers of young women have to live with ADHD without proper support. Which is why experts say it's crucial there's more training for GPs and teachers to help them identify cases earlier on.
This is usually the experience that women have, that they become overwhelmed, they become stressed, they become anxious,
because they're women. Do you guys see the okie doke? Oh, Michael, I have an echo, so I'm mute you. Get rid of the echo, buddy. Guys, anytime you call in, please try and have some headphones, right? And also turn off the YouTube that's in the background. The StreamYard should be the only thing up, all right? Guys, do you see the okie doke here? They're basically saying that the pathology of women, of how the modern women think, is a diagnosis that they have pills for. Isn't that insane? Hold on, guys, here. How much money does Adderall make every year? Let's see. When was this? Drug Patients Watch. All right, guys, here. Let's see. What is this? Look at this, guys. Units sold for Adderall. I have a lot of background noise coming from Simon. Snowboard, are you near like a window? Well, now it's gone.
Okay.
You're good. But look at this. Units sold for Adderall. 600, was it? Hold on. There's a thing where it actually showed the revenue.
Well, also
wait,
remember,
wait.
a lot of people acquire Adderall illegally.
Yeah, Adderall market alone generates over $6 billion annually. $6 billion from Adderall by itself.
That's crazy.
Michael, I still have
I think
an
it's
echo,
Mike's.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll give you 2 more tries to fix it, and then I gotta drop you down. Once again, get some headphones, or turn the sound down, or turn the YouTube off in the background. Right? Those are the things. But I recommend, guys, if you're gonna be on the panel, guys, please get some headphones. Right? That always helps. If you're using your phone, get some AirPods or some plug-in headphones. Oftentimes, StreamYard doesn't like it when you're trying to use the same device for a microphone and a speaker, because it'll pick it up. It'll overlap. So look at this. $6 billion. Look,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And just the XR, the extended release, does 2.1 billion.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look, whoa. So between 2014 and 2018, physicians got $20 million worth of marketing. So that's the marketing thing. Look at this. Whoa. Look at this. Hold on. The alarming rise of Adderall in 2 charts. Sales of prescription stimulants reached $9 billion in the U.S. alone. Look at that. This is 2022, guys. And guys, go to my merch shop.
I think another.
Please go to my merch shop, guys, and get some merch.
I think another similar popular one, which remember these are all classified as stimulants. I think there's another one called like Vyvanse, which is very similar.
Look at this. This is Adderall, Ritalin, and Concerta. Almost $9 billion, and this is in 2012.
Yep. I told you. I think when around 2010 is when they started hitting the women with it more, or made it easier for them to get it.
This knucklehead says, is this a woman doctor? Hold on. Says that the numbers make it look like an epidemic. So the thrust of the paper's report is that the rise of Adderall and drugs like it have much to do with an increase in the number of kids with ADHD, with the links to which Big Pharma has gone to market the drugs targeting first children and now adults. There you go. Told you guys. Look at that. Consumption of ADHD medication is rising. Look at that. Iceland has a whole bunch. Man, let's see if we can get any newer numbers.
Well, also the tech industry will influence this too. Tech people like this stuff.
Stimulant sales in the
yeah, because I think there's one called Vyvanse or something like that.
Let's see. Rising trends in stimulant. Let's see. After the cough. Number of prescriptions. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Wow. In millions. 50.4 million in 2012 to 79.6 million. These are prescriptions.
Wow. Yep.
Look at that.
Yep. Yet they complain about anxiety, but you're taking stimulants constantly.
57.9% increase in dispensed prescription stimulants. 35.3% increase in males. 87.5% increase in females.
Yep.
Look at that. And guys, hold on. Let's here. Larry, Colin, Venmo. Let's Venmo. Snowball.
Yeah.
Guys, here. Hey guys. Let me know if you guys agree that this is all the okie doke that these stupid women, these strong and independent feminists fell for. They told them, oh, go to college. Oh, go out and work all these jobs. Oh, and there's no negative repercussions to it. Oh, no, go out and do it. When they start doing it and they start feeling like they can't measure up, oh, you know why? It's because you have mental health issues. Yeah. It's not because this isn't your role in the first place. It's not that this is something that you're not supposed to be doing. It's because, oh no, you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
So guess what? We have this little tablet that you can take that'll make you so much better. And not that it'll make you better and be able to get into the upper echelon society. No, to be able to keep doing the low-skilled, dunderheaded labor that keeps wages stagnated. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're spot on the money, dude.
What a joke. Look at this. Co-prescribing so products containing amphetamine, dextroamphetamine, and dextroamphetamine sulfate, and methamphetamine hydrochloride. There you go, guys. All those are all telling you, man. You a line of this stuff. You're running down the street, doing backflips in the snow. You know. Look at that. Look at that. Benzos, hydrocodone. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, guys. Here, let's do this, and then we'll go to TikTok here.
Depressed. And it is incredibly important, in my view, to try to identify this as earlier as possible.
That was the case for Leanne, who spent her childhood unable to concentrate, but was only diagnosed in her mid-20s. She feels she wasted years of her life, frustrated that no one could explain why she felt so different.
It felt like I was going completely insane because I knew that I kept self-sabotaging my life. I knew that what I was doing.
You do that because you're a woman. That has nothing to do with mental illness. That's just how these modern women are.
It was not normal. I just felt like I lost 25 years of my life, like the first 25 years, from constantly kind of
partying.
Isn't this in Australia? Get some sun.
Yeah.
Yikes. Like, what is going on?
It weren't my own brain, whether that was like looking for alcohol or
partying.
Yeah. Snowboard called it. Yep. Look at that, man. Doing them shot skis.
Societal, like just not being able to actually relax and enjoy my life at all.
Leanne now coaches businesses to help others recognise symptoms as early as possible.
What?
Which is a crucial step towards better understanding this condition, about which there is still so much we don't know. Madeline Ratcliffe, Sky News.
What a joke. Here you go, guys. Let's do this one thing. Let's see. Here you go, guys. Find this one thing here. All this is copyright. Hold on, guys. How to do this? Go fast. But yeah, guys. Have you guys dated anyone that had like depression, anxiety, all of that other stuff?
Yeah, they're called females.
Yep.
No, but like diagnosed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're
of course.
How'd it go?
Well, they end up, like I said, hitting that weed pen all the time. It actually goes kind of good at first, and they're kind of fun to be around a little bit. But then you start to see that they're like codependent on a lot of stuff and go completely crazy, don't take any responsibility and stuff. So imagine like a regular woman, but like 10x of emotional bullshit.
Yeah.
The thing also, AJ, is that they can now go doctor shopping, right? So if one doctor does not diagnose and give them the drugs they want, they go to another one. Like my example, I was dating a girl in high school, and she supposedly had all these problems, but guess what? She joins a few sports programs because I played sports in high school, and literally she let go of all of those things. All it was is that she had absolutely no purpose, and she didn't make any female friends or male friends of any of that nature. But once she started actively participating in, she did cheer, she did volleyball. Once that happened, she didn't need any of those drugs no more.
Yeah. Hey guys, really fast. So Blown 93 Cobra says lately most women, these net says they have ADHD. Yeah. Hey guys, tomorrow's live is going to be just completely tearing into the modern car industry, like vehicles. It's crap, guys. $1,000 car payments. There's more recalls on vehicles than ever before. Even Toyota's having recalls.
Yeah.
Jeep, Dodge is cooked. Ford cooked. GM,
everything's plastic fittings.
Yeah,
too.
or GM tried that cylinder deactivation crap on the new, and they're all breaking down now with like you have a new Silverado with like that you paid $90,000 for, which you are a moron.
Yeah.
And it'll have 600 miles and the engine seizes up. So guys, we're gonna go in deep tomorrow. So Blown 93 Cobra. That's the reason why. Because if you have a 93 Cobra, I love those cars, dude. My very first car was a.
Is that a Fox body?
Yes, 93 Cobra. I didn't have one, but I had an 89 GT, and this was my dream car for the longest time was 93 Cobra. There's a guy down the way from me. He has like 12 Mustangs. He has like classics, and then he has a brand new GT 500. He has a 93 Cobra that he said he'd sell me, but he wants $20,000 for it. I'm like, But yeah, dude, these things are sick. If you have one, bro, feel free to call in tomorrow, Cobra, because you're obviously a man who has good taste. So, guys, tomorrow's gonna be cars, the new car market, and how older cars are just better. You're better off buying an older car, like guys.
Yeah, and it's related to men and feminism too.
Guys,
directly.
Anonymous, unfortunately, told us yesterday that his Miata got stolen. It was paid off. It was like a 2017 or 18, still in great shape. Some asshole stole it, so now he's in the market for a new car.
Yeah,
guys, you're better off buying like a 2005 Grand Marquis or a town car.
Yeah,
older
those
Corolla,
yeah,
Camry, Prius.
dope.
Get those cars, man.
Yeah.
Look on Facebook Marketplace. There near me down here, there was a 2004 Grand Marquis with 70,000 miles on it for $8,500. There was a 2006 or 2007 town car with like 77,000 miles for like $9,500.
Yeah.
Guys, that's the last car that you ever need to buy.
Yeah.
And it's got the luxury stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? It handles good. It gets decent gas mileage. And it's easy to work on, guys. And it doesn't have any of the stupid crap that these new cars. It doesn't have a freaking tablet or a laptop built into the dashboard.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the lane assist and the freaking automatic cruise control crap where your car's like, bang, bang, bang. Like, what is this beeping at this stupid thing?
A safe, heavy car too.
Yeah.
It's a heavy, pretty good, if you're getting an accident, that car is going to, kind of clobber the other car or at least handle it okay.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. Look at this.
I know there are certainly people who use that. I mean, yeah, but when I was in college, I mean,
this guy probably sells it to him from his uncle.
No, he's a Persian dude.
Oh, okay.
So Persian dudes are like the Indians. Where like they're like your dad's like, you will go to college. If you will not bring shame on this family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So no, he's a pretty straight laced dude.
When I was in college, I mean, they had the same thing.
They call it productivity in a pill. The misuse of prescription stimulants like
there you go, Snowboard.
Yep.
There you go.
Adderall among young adults is on the rise.
I mean, I'm completely not surprised in any way. And I did my undergrad at Oxford and my master's there, and there was definitely a kind of culture of that at undergrad.
60% of respondents to a Partnership for Drug-Free Kids survey reported misusing the drug.
Yep.
That's a lot of getting. guys, hit the like button, please.
And they also will abuse it by like you kind of like you can snort it, but there's like a way you can like eat it actually, which is much more powerful. I actually did it one time at the tree company. Then after work, I went to the public library. I took out like 7 books and started like writing a novel that night.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding.
well,
And I was like, this is crazy.
The old Jacked 3D. The pre-workout, this stuff had amphetamine in it. This literally had speed in it. Oh yeah. If you can find the old stuff,
yeah, I've been called university studies.
Oh boy, man, this will get you through anything. You can run through a wall with the friggin' scoop of the old stuff of this, man. Yikes! So, where were we?
They cited reasons like managing busy lifestyles that included studying and working, but also maintaining well-rounded social lives.
There's definitely pressure, and I can imagine that people would react to it.
And I think everybody's looking for an edge and looking for a way to be able to improve their grades. And they believe that by abusing these drugs, that they may have some abilities to be able to study longer and study harder.
Students say you can purchase the drug from someone who has a prescription, and it'll typically run you about $10 to $15 a pill.
Addiction tends to be sneaky. It doesn't come in one fell swoop and happen to you overnight. It happens gradually with use and then misuse.
Drug-free advocacy groups say it's dangerous to take any prescription drug not intended for you, especially when mixed with alcohol, a practice commonly found in this age group.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Body and brain chemistry that there will be a physical need will develop for that drug, and that will also happen with Adderall. It might not happen as quickly, but it will happen.
No, I don't really hear about Adderall use.
As we visited
Lying 304.
Princeton University, many undergrads were surprised by the findings, even though several studies have shown that rates are higher among students at Ivy League institutions.
If it is, then it's something that people don't talk about very often or don't admit to.
Students tell us they saw it more in their large and competitive high schools, and they see a different problem being overlooked.
I don't know anyone really.
I don't know anyone personally either. I don't use caffeine, but I know a lot of people who do.
Yeah, I feel
Please.
like more of the go-to booster
Although
here.
our youth store does sell caffeine pills, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. So.
This is like academia's version of steroids.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're playing dumb.
All types of addictions.
Yeah.
Which is why the advocacy groups are urging the legislature to pass a 21-bill package by Senator Joe Vitale. It tackles the state's heroin and prescription opiate abuse problem, but it also promotes more education and awareness for all prescription drug abuse, which they say has become a crisis. In Princeton, I'm Brianna Venozzi, NJTV News.
Remember how we were covering Boss Babes, I don't know, last week or a couple days ago? And what did I say? Baddie rhymes with Addie. And they a ton of these people in the modern, not in school, but in the modern workplace really use Adderall a lot for, they are using it for edge. It is an edge. Like, that's another thing. Like, this is an edge, but I think over time they're going to find that comes at a price and stuff. Stimulants really are a lot on your nervous system and heart and everything.
That's the thing I'm very curious to find out is like, hey, what's the long-term cause of this? I recently watched a video where they were talking about bodybuilders and, you know, their life cycle and how they're all just dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen with people who are on these? Like, this is a relatively new phenomenon that I'm presuming it's relatively new. We're going to find out in the next decade or two the long-term ramifications of this.
Yeah.
Well, they probably, I think it has been around, I don't know, let's say 30 years or so. But even if they have studies, they're going to kind of keep it quiet too, like that it might, be correlated with a heart issue or something later down the line because they don't want it to hurt the sales.
Yeah, have you guys this came out, or this kind of made the news not too much, but not not long ago, pretty recently. Have you guys seen what's happening with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?
Yeah,
that guy's a mess, dude. He is a mess.
Really?
Well, he shouldn't have stole all that money in Hawaii. Maybe that wouldn't have helped him.
No, he didn't steal money. He bought a bunch of the natives' property, the stuff that burned down. Him and Oprah bought a bunch of the property.
Yeah.
That's not stealing money.
I thought he was doing I thought he was trying to set up a charity.
The charity wasn't the issue. That actually raised the money. But while he was raising money, he was buying people's ancestral homes. Meaning, like if your granddad bought your house, after that fire, you kind of come back like, oopsie daisy, your property's gone.
I thought
vulture capitalism.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a charity with Oprah and The Rock, or most any charity in general. But I didn't know that that's what he was doing. I didn't know he was buying properties.
Yeah,
I know Oprah did too. Yeah, I heard there was another fire, and Oprah owned a certain road. They're like, you can't even drive on this road anymore. They're like, yeah, but everything's burning. Like, we have to. They're like, you're gonna have to find another way or something. These people have a ton of money like that. If you have someone who has over $100 million trying to do a charity, I would say think twice. Oprah's a literal billionaire. What she'd need to do a charity for?
And it's still funny that she still plays the victim.
Mm-hmm.
She still plays the victim. You are a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
A billionaire. If you can't be happy with that much money, dude, just look, a long walk off a short pier. Seriously,
No, that's what happens to a lot of these people, right? Like one of the drawbacks of having so much money is you can't really trust nobody. You can't really have any genuine friends. Like the guy Zappos. Anybody know the shoe brand Zappos? That company. That guy offed himself.
Yeah, but I guess here's the thing, though. No, there's plenty of millionaires and billionaires that have tons of friends. You look at, especially ones that are outside the West. You know what I'm saying? You see there's tons of Asian billionaires and millionaires, all this other stuff. There's way more ones that are just chilling that still have their friends. My friend's brother, he's a multi-billionaire. He has his wife, his kids. He's happy in the bug in the rug. He's retired, 53. My other friend just became a millionaire. He's just chilling. And then my other friend, he's a millionaire too. And they're just as long as you keep grounded and you're a regular guy who just happens to have a lot of money, you're fine. But once you take on this millionaire lifestyle where you're above everyone else and going certain places and doing certain things, people put those expectations on themselves.
Yeah. Well, I know.
My question on that, AJ, would be: are these people that are friends to these, wealthy people that are they old friends or are they brand spanking new friends? You know what I mean? Like if you get all that money and you treat your friends when you were down like you discard them, and then you take this other cohort of, these people are on my level as your friends, that's never going to be real friendship.
Did you hear what I just said about being grounded and not changing who you are, right? So I would think that a person that's working as hard as my friend's brother, where he's worked 75 hours a week since he had a job, you don't really have time to make new friends. So your older friends are the only ones you have. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that there's people. And it depends on how you get your money, and also too.
I was going to say it depends on how you get the money as well.
Yeah, and also, did you inherit it? Was it a slow burn? Did you start a roofing business? your best friend, and then you guys build it up to a multi-million-dollar business over 25 years, I would say that those people are a lot less likely to be depressed, pissed off, or whatever than an athlete, an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Or a lot of women.
100%.
You know, because you have that foundation, that kind of. This is the same as like why Kevin Samuels said that athletes and entertainers don't count as high value men. You know, they don't count because they got their money all of a sudden, and a lot of it with what they were born with, as far as like looks, physical ability. Now that doesn't mean that NBA players don't work hard. I'm just saying, like, they don't work as hard as a guy who's been grinding it out to start his landscaping business to a multi-million-dollar business over 20 years. That's oftentimes why those guys that are business owners, they don't make all of the stupid mistakes that athletes and entertainers do. Because look, I'm not going to ruin my whole 20 years of building for some skank. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but often they say like you said this before, AJ, and a lot of other people have, like, money can like multiply or amplify.
Money's like alcohol. Yeah.
So, but some people who, and this kind of goes with what Larry said, like some people who, like, you were their buddy, like when they were just a low level person, and they get this money, and if they won't treat you any different, or they won't treat somebody who has less money any different. There are actually I know actually a decent amount of millionaires and spend some time around them, but I never view them for their money. Like, you also can't be like a simp to try to get any of their money. Like, I don't want any of their dime. Like, they're my friend, or I'm kind of there to help give them ideas or something, or make them laugh. So, like, when you don't want anything from them.
If you have friends of yours that are more successful than you, that's a good thing, because then you can
that's what you want.
Them,
yeah.
And it motivates you, right? Don't be one of these hating ass Gen Z or like millennial, mostly like young millennial dudes, guys that are like 28, 20, 29, and they're like chicks. They're so jealous of other men. It's crazy. Don't pocket watch other men. Don't hate on how another man makes his money unless he's selling drugs or doing something illegal, But other than that, that was the best part about that one Will Smith movie, that Pursuit of Happiness, where he had his son in the movie and he's homeless, and then the guy pulls up in the Ferrari. He's like, "Hey man, what do you do for a living?" "Oh, I trade this." "Really?" He's like, "Oh yeah." So then he starts looking into it. He goes to school for it. So
yeah, but look, like, one of the secrets is, if you do want to be around, and I'm not pretending I spend all my time around these people, I don't, but I have had access to being around a lot of these people, and don't like simp to their money and be like, "Oh, they're so much above me." I think they actually don't like, either some of them do like it, but a lot of them don't like it, because it shows that you're fake and you think you're going to like get some money from them, or like free stuff or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that. Just
and
be
don't
you,
ever
be
let
authentic.
anyone rich talk down to you either.
Never.
Because you know what?
Never.
Man, you could deck them
never
in the mouth.
You can knock them
like
out. Yeah.
Else.
Yeah. Never do that. But you do want to. You don't want, like, I'll say this, you want to be around them, but you don't want to make your life to try to be around them, to be them.
Mystic
you want
Marks,
to observe some stuff that they do.
He says that he wished he had bros still. Mystic Marks, bro, it's up to you to go and find your wolf pack. And the best way to do it, guys, kickboxing gym, MMA gym, jiu-jitsu gym. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Tithing to the Snowboarder Foundation. I'll help you.
Yeah, that's the best way that you can find men that are positive, ambitious, assertive, and have that kind of pack mentality, are guys that do a lot of martial arts and the physical stuff and challenge themselves in that way. If you want to build a brotherhood, spend 2 hours doing drills and then sparring, punching each other in the face, and you will build a real good relationship.
Yeah, and look around on Discord too. Like best friends now, and or not best friends, but close people I actually talked to about some real stuff are on like AJ's Discord channel.
Yeah,
of all things. This guy Butthead of all things I'm telling serious stuff to, and I never even met in my real life, but he'll give me some good advice.
Dude, everyone has time for friends, bro. Everyone does. You have time for what you prioritize. Because here's the thing. You have blind spots in your life. That's why you need another set of eyes on your life, where your friends can tell you, hey, snowboard, man, you're messing up, or you're getting fat, or you're doing this. And you're like, oh, snap. You look in the mirror, snowboard's right. You need to have friends, man. You need to. Not having friends is not an option, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you need as many assertive, ambitious men in your life. If it's your friends, your uncles, your cousins, someone who can that when you're messing up, they can help you get back on the right path. Because this is the same reason why you can't be your own lawyer. You can't be your own doctor. You can't self-diagnose because you're too biased. You're too biased. You can't be your own therapist. You know what I'm saying? Your guy friends are the best people to have in your life, man. If you have time for hobbies, you have time for friends, because you should be doing your hobbies with your friends. So, guys, here.
And one authentic friend can replace 10, fake
acquaintances,
surface level acquaintance friends that you can't tell any real stuff to, or go to for a serious problem.
Here you go.
ADHD is often associated with children. ADHD is often associated with children who may have trouble paying attention, controlling impulsive behaviors, or overly active.
But a study found more people are being diagnosed, especially adult women, narrowing the gap with men. CBS 2's Jenna D'Angelo spoke with patients and doctors about why they think this is happening and the impact of social media.
During COVID, I had downloaded TikTok because I was home and I was bored.
As Caroline Dowling...
Just like a woman, right?
Just like a woman.
Scrolled through the app, she came across videos discussing ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
I just started going, oh, that's me. That sounds just like me.
What was it when you were watching those videos that you said, this is me?
The fluctuation of attention. If I'm interested in something new, I get so hyper focused into it. I like want to become an expert in it until all of a sudden I'm just not interested in it anymore. That's how I live my whole life.
Guys?
Dowling was evaluated and
it's just like they're all reading a script,
discovered.
Well, a lot of that stuff disseminated through TikTok and stuff is literally a script.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. And you'll see 5 different creators. They'll literally read the same script.
Yep.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
At 41 years old, she has ADHD. Nicole Ryan was diagnosed at 40.
Hey, big head.
Middle school or elementary school problem.
In a recent study, Epic Research,
she doesn't have dreams. She has just full-length
forethoughts.
Feature films. Yeah. Oh.
An organization that analyzes electronic medical record data looked at more than 3 million patient records nationwide and found an increase in new ADHD patients, especially women. Researchers found while the overall incidence of ADHD remains small among adults, less than 1%, with kids more commonly diagnosed, the percentage of adult women newly diagnosed nearly doubled from 2020 to 2022.
Look at that, guys.
I think a lot of this is attributable to the rise of social media and people talking about it and how women are either underdiagnosed or completely overlooked and missed in their younger years.
CDC data shows young boys are more likely to be diagnosed than girls. Neuropsychologist Dr. Sanam Hafiz believes that's because ADHD often presents differently in girls.
They're less disruptive, but they could be more inattentive.
Looking back on my life, there were signs and symptoms all along that were...
What is this like?
Yeah, and by the way, that's not her kitchen.
No, what is this Windows 95 webcam this chick is
I don't know.
What is going on here?
But that's not her kitchen.
I know, but look at the quality. What is going?
I know it's
What
weird.
is going on here?
Overlooked,
I don't think you can
but
download her
getting
big
into
head.
my late 30s with anxiety and depression diagnosis, and then realizing there's something else going on here.
Ryan says social media helps.
As a 41-year-old woman with ADHD,
connecting with other women diagnosed.
you just don't feel so alone.
Dowling has found constant swiping can be a double-edged sword.
I think that it's actually ultimately lowered my attention span for other things.
You don't say. Scientists say that. Oh my God. Jesus.
Stupid woman. To work for us, not be.
Guys, hit the like button, guys. I know this is a interesting topic, guys. This isn't part of our regular stuff, this mental health stuff, but I think it's worth talking.
Well, it is important because it affects every underlying relationship. If you're trying to have a serious conversation with your girlfriend about something, okay, and she can't extrapolate a deep thought or a nuance to a conversation or context to something, she's cooked.
Yeah.
How is she going to pay attention to help you and help your life if she has the attention of a goldfish?
But here's the thing, though. Once again, her inability to function, who's she going to blame? Is she going to be introspective enough to actually say, I have the problem, or is she going to say that it's your problem?
It's good. Well, she's going to blame it on anything. She may not necessarily blame it on you, but she's going to blame it on external things for sure.
No, she's going to blame the man. Let's be honest.
And if she's
my
not
boyfriend
blaming
this,
you,
my boyfriend that, my husband this, my boyfriend that, he doesn't do this right, he drives me crazy, he gives me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
and if she's not blaming you, she's going to be expecting you to clean it up and fix it and make it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Owned by the technology, so to speak. And so, we may come up with ways on how to adjust their devices so that they are able to meet those kind of mindfulness goals that may help them better.
Medical Director for Outpatient Behavioral Health at Hackensack University Medical Center, Dr. Justin Key, is seeing more women inquiring about ADHD, with social media part of the conversation.
I'm glad that it's encouraging people to seek care.
And how much money do you think
this cult member is making a ton of money. Yeah.
It's from Big Pharma.
That's what we want.
But doctors say be mindful, not everyone online is an expert, and getting easily distracted doesn't mean you have ADHD.
I think you just spent the last 3 minutes saying it does. Oh my God, this is why you can't trust the news.
Yeah, but that's why I am saying with I wouldn't quite call it a psyop, but the things on TikTok, they're literally reading the same script.
No. This is a psyop. No.
I try not to just say that every episode.
No. If anything, you can call this a psyop.
Yeah. So when there's a psyop like this, especially to women, they got to play both sides. Oh, it's not your fault, but it's not your fault. You're not responsible, but we see a rise in this. You know what I mean? They anything to take the responsibility. So they're kind of pitching this as you're taking responsibility.
Yeah.
So they're not saying, well, if you should scroll less on social media, because that's basically affirmation for your brain saying here's a 45-second clip. Here's a 45-second clip. Here's a 45-second clip. Instead, they're just saying, take meth light.
Yeah.
So you can basically just do that same behavior for longer. It's basically all that it is.
Here you go.
We're girls with ADHD. We're going to have an emotional support coffee.
And ripping a coffee.
ADHD. We're going to listen to the same song on repeat for 5 days and then never want to hear it again.
We're girls with ADHD. If we have an appointment later, we're going to do nothing all day except think about that appointment.
At least she has some cakes. The other one, right?
Yeah, I know.
ADHD.
Look at
We're
that
going to
stupid
stay
modern
super calm
art
under
behind
pressure.
her with that lock there. You see that round thing with that lock? Stupid garbage modern art.
Yeah.
Whoever put that
feel
there
very-
got paid a lot of money too to put that in.
Very
That's a
overwhelmed
scam.
at the smallest inconvenience.
We're girls with ADHD. We're going to get emotionally attached to a piece of clothing and wear it for 3 weeks.
We're girls with ADHD. When we find a new hobby, we're going to learn everything we can about it. Yeah, hold on. I'm just looking for my phone.
girls with ADHD. It's 2 a.m. and we want to rearrange our furniture, so we're going to.
They have the first one. Hold on. Where is it? As annoying these gender heads are. Where was
and women like this too because stimulants help you lose weight, cut weight. So they also, there's that incentive as well.
There we go.
We're girls with ADHD. We're gonna know everything about the most random topics.
We're girls with ADHD.
Yeah, she has some yams, dude.
Yeah,
How
nice,
you doing?
nice. That's what I'm talking about.
This is what we call a Batel face.
We're gonna commit to way more than we can handle.
We're girls with ADHD. We're gonna be late.
We're girls with ADHD. We're gonna tell a story in the most unorganized, chaotic way.
We're girls with ADHD. We're probably gonna lose our keys. Where are they?
We're girls with ADHD.
We're girls with ADHD. We're probably gonna have a new business idea every other week.
Please.
We're girls with ADHD. We're girls with ADHD.
AJ, everything that they said, you can just say we're girls. You can cross out where they say ADHD, you just say girls, and it'll basically be the exact same bullshit.
Yeah. Let's see. Oops, sorry guys.
And also too, remember, people want to get high. They want to take these things because it gives you more energy. Everyone wants more energy. So if people can get access to more energy, they're going to say, well, now I can work out at the gym and drink and study and do this and do that all in the day. And I slept 4 hours. Like, people want that too.
Well,
so
a lot of
selling
women,
a pretty good product.
live life on easy mode, and they're just bored. So they do drugs. That's it. They're just bored.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
so easy that they do that.
And you usually get them for free or a heavy discount for the Gluck Gun.
Yeah, all you need to do is give them a hand ski, and all of a sudden you got all the drugs in the world.
Let's take my 30 milligrams of Vyvanse for my ADHD while I tell you 3 reasons why I got tested at 30 years old. Reason number 1, I had a very, very, very bad problem of interrupting people during any point of any conversation. Like, I always felt like my thought mattered most without being rude. And what I mean by
without being rude,
you're narcissistic. Yeah, yeah, that's not ADD. That's called narcissism, sweetheart.
By that is I wasn't intentionally trying to interrupt people.
He's driving a car.
There was just a tickle in my brain.
No,
that I was
she stopped at like a parking space.
I think I can hear
this now, or else I'll forget it. Number 2.
And she pulled over.
She stopped in the middle of the highway to make this.
All right, let's put this way.
For example, I would clean my room. I'd start cleaning my room, and then I end up in the bathroom, and then I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, maybe I should start cleaning up my earrings. So I start removing my earrings. And by the time I remove them, I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should go do XYZ in the other room. And I go in the other room, and I'm like, oh shoot, I was cleaning my room. And then I would just lay in bed and be like, yeah, I'm done with the day. I can't do it anymore. And number 3, if I wasn't interrupting you in a conversation, I was daydreaming in the conversation. So it looked like I was paying attention, but I was really thinking about other 20 million things in my head. But I would pick up on certain keywords that you were saying that made it seem like I was a part of the conversation. And an example for that one is, for instance, if I had a meeting with my manager and I had to do like a to-do list, like she was telling me what to do, my brain was fighting itself to pay attention or to daydream. Like, it was always like battling itself. It's like, pay attention, you have to pay attention to this is important. But it was also like, okay, but what about these things you have to do? Like, and it was just really, really bad. So those are 3 reasons why I got tested at 30 years old.
Yeah, see, she's just an inconsiderate piece of it.
Yeah, exactly. This just enables that. Yeah,
that's all it is. She's an inconsiderate.
Yeah, that just sounded like, hey, maybe you just have a bad personality and you don't respect people.
Yeah, you're just disrespectful. And now she has a constant excuse. Oh, why I have ADHD? I can't help it. Please, And
it's more energy to also enable that behavior too.
Yeah.
If you don't change your behavior, and you put jet fuel in it, it just makes the same behavior shittier.
Yep, it's true.
I got diagnosed with inattentive ADHD. I want to say a massive thank you to Heather Bowling.
because I interviewed her on my podcast called Who Are You Really? You guys can go and watch it if you're interested. We were basically talking about her being neurodivergent. And she said to me, she was like, have you been tested for like ADHD? And I was like, no, I really don't think that's me. I know people in my life with ADHD and me and them are just like not the same. And she was like, low key, you should consider getting tested.
See?
Anyway.
See? Oh, no, you have it. It's like, of course you do, because the doctors are going to tell everyone they have it. Social media tells everyone they have it. Like, hey, have you ever been tested for it? I bet you have it. Do you see how crazy this is? Like how just, like they fall for the okie doke, hook, line, and sinker.
Okay, so when I was like editing the interview and I heard her say that, I was like, let me Google the symptoms. This is when I found out there is like multiple types of ADHD. The main two are
yes. So the symptoms are vague, and then when it does get specific, it says there's multiple kinds, so that you could kind of have to pick between, and it muddies the waters, and you could just assign yourself one of them. Insane.
Hyperactive and inattentive. I've been diagnosed with inattentive ADHD, so I'm going to tell you some of the symptoms that have been drastically affecting my life, and I didn't have any idea it could possibly be ADHD. I forget everything all the time, constantly. And I know everyone's forgetful. I don't mean like, oh, I forgot my keys, like I left my bag at home. I forget my house keys at least 3 times a week, to the point where it's literally become a problem in my relationship. My boyfriend has brought it up in so many of our arguments that he will be like doing something working and he'll have to like come and answer the door to me because I forgot my keys for the 3rd time this week, despite him reminding me. For example, yesterday I had a podcast episode to film. So I got up really, really early, like 7 o'clock in the morning. I hand wrote out all of the questions that I wanted to ask the guest, drive an hour and a half to the studio, and I realized I've left the questions at home. A couple weeks ago I had a modeling shoot and I really needed to buy some new clothes for it. Normally whenever I have a modeling,
this chick is
modeling, get out of here.
This chick is low-key just bragging about herself. That's all she's doing. But guys, leave it to these dunderheads to ruin an English accent. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything worse than a 304 with an English accent? Ugh. Hold on, guys. There was one more here that I wanted to show you guys.
Do any other women have inattentive type ADHD? And I want to know how it affects you, because I got diagnosed with it about 1.5 years ago, and I'm still learning the curves of it. And it's very interesting to see how different it is from like what society thinks ADHD is, and like, you know, being hyper and stuff like that. And so,
sorry guys, I think that's copyright music in the background. I don't want to get the stream.
Everyone does not have ADHD. Being easily distracted is not the only part. ADHD is about not being able to regulate attention at all. It is emotional regulation, time blindness, executive dysfunction, and rejection-sensitive dysphoria. One day you could be going 100 miles a minute, be hyper-focused and get everything done. Then another day you feel like you can't even get up out of the bed and brush your teeth. All the things that people don't see or don't understand.
All the things that you can't worry about when you're in a third world country.
I think she needs to take a pill for her OBCET.
Yeah. But guys, if you're worried about where your next meal's coming from, you can't just decide, oh, I might not want to get up today. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't have these mental health problems in Africa and Southeast Asia and stuff, because people are busy. They're trying to get stuff done.
And as much. That's why it's so irritating when I hear people say, oh, I'm so ADHD. It's deeper than that. And we can't just throw around mental health diagnosis or disorders like that. But please make sure that you go to a mental health professional to be officially diagnosed. It's not just easy as 1, 2, 3. I can't focus. I can't see.
What a joke, dude. Uh-oh.
I've seen a couple creators.
Oh my god, this cult member.
Oh my Lord.
Look at that.
You tell her
she's a goddamn whore.
Jesus,
share their
man.
Adderall experience, and I've really been enjoying listening to what people have to say. I'm gonna share my 2 cents. I was on Adderall very briefly for like 2 months of my life, and I'm coming to a point again where my brain is starting to be like, do I need that again? Quick background. I was a great student in
Butterfly
high school,
tattoo.
in elementary
See that?
school. I had absolutely no issues paying
Under-
attention. I had
She had a butterfly on our left, so her right arm.
Okay.
She's cooked.
no issue getting good grades. I was at the top of my class. I was on the honor roll. No problems. College was a different story. I struggled a lot. I really wasn't someone who was partying a lot. I was studying a lot. I was doing my assignments. I was doing everything on time, but I was still like barely scraping by with a C in my most important classes. COVID hit. So I didn't end up going to get like help or evaluated because I was starting to think that maybe I had something wrong with me my first year of college. But again, COVID hit. I got sent home. I stopped worrying about that because I took a gap year. I worked, saved up money, and then went back to school the following year in, I believe, 2021. But I went to art school this time, which was completely different from regular university.
She got lit at
I had
art
no
school
issue
and all
paying
these
attention, no
garbage
issue getting good
tattoos.
grades. Felt like I was back in high school again, but honestly, even easier than high school. Flash forward to last year. I meet this guy who also has ADHD. Who I end up dating him, whatever. I'm at his house all the time. We spend like every single day with each other once we were really in it.
It's Gavin, the
all the
starving
time.
artist.
I was basically living with him. And like he started to point some things out about me, about how I had very obvious signs of having ADHD.
Look at that.
And like, although I had lived my life up to this point, like not really questioning it, besides that 1 year of college that I did, he convinced me, and I was like, oh. He also let me try some Vyvanse that he had.
Here, baby, take some of this. Look at that.
Because I was pretty against like going on medication anyway, but he was like, just see how good you feel with this. And yeah, like it did feel good, of course. But Vyvanse is impossible to get. I was also like really worried about going on a stimulant because my job is being in shape and lifting weights and being healthy. And if I'm taking anything that could potentially affect, my recovery.
How different is this story from her trying her first joint?
I don't know, dude. No, but like, how long is this story? That's the problem, guys. She's been talking for 2 minutes and 28 seconds. And it hasn't said a damn thing. I can't, guys. I can't. It's just an absolute joke, man. But yeah, these chicks are cooked. They're cooked.
I'm in a Walmart parking lot right now.
Of course you are.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, bro. I lost it there. Hey.
And I finally figured it out. I love life. And I know that's hard to believe when I'm crying in a Walmart parking lot.
Why would someone put this on the internet?
And bear in mind, this might be
But I
their
do.
third take of this garbage.
Exactly, yeah.
I love life. I'm just not good at it. I don't have the rule. I just don't.
She needs your leadership
I'm
and
just not
guidance,
good at it.
snowboard.
I know, I'm getting kind of horny a little bit.
You can use her tears as lube.
I will show you the way.
I feel like everybody else got the instructions. Or
This neuroticism, this is just a modern woman thing,
she and I'm just out here winging it, hoping for the best.
That's how men are. We just make it work.
I'm sorry, but like, this is attention whoring.
It is.
This is 100% attention whoring. I mean, think about it. She recorded this. She edited this. She put like all these subtitles and all of that stuff, and curated the whole thing. And then like, all right, cool. This looks good. Now put it on. That's why I started losing my mind laughing when she started crying in the beginning of the video. There's no way this is genuine.
Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys.
It literally could be her third take, so it's so inauthentic. You have to do it 3 times. Like,
yeah,
you know what? If this was like a dash cam or something when she didn't want it to be seen or something, then that will be authentic.
But you guys know what they always say: never trust a chick who's crying in public or on the internet.
If she's crying, she's probably lying.
The only time that a woman actually cries for real is when she's at home by herself. That's it. That's the only time where she's truly crying. Other than that, it's for attention. Guys, anything else on this topic before we break some news?
It's a big deal. It's big pharma control. And what it is, really what this represents is the fight on the human being attention span. I'll just leave it at that.
I think it's just an attempt to turn regular human behaviors or human flaws into diagnoses that they can give pills for.
Yeah, well, that too, sure. Yeah.
Oh, it is. You know? So
it's both things. It's both things, but
they just say, "Oh, well, you know, this is not supposed to be this way. We can fix it." Blah blah blah. It's like there's no need to fix this. This is what just people just naturally go through.
But also, it's giving someone more energy and attention into what? Even more bullshit. TikTok, vacuous behavior, all that. So. It's gas on a fire, actually, in a way.
It completely negates the reality that human beings we grow through anxiety, and we grow through having problems and having faced those problems. This is like, it's basically a pharma shortcut to like, oh, I want to feel fantastic all the time.
Yeah.
And a fake responsibility. Like, I did the right thing. I went to the doctor's office, or I bought Adderall legally from my friend. I'm doing work. I'm doing my best. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Right. This all boils down to the root core of the female nature is dodging accountability and somehow making themselves a victim. They're a victim of their condition, or and their bad behavior is, they have an excuse for it. That's all this garbage is.
Yeah. And, if you have a friend or a family member that's trying to quit Adderall, then you want to send it to me, and I will dispose of it properly.
He has to do his service.
I'm going
to the community. Oh, yeah. All right, guys.
You're a true patriot, my friend.
Let's break some news. Here we go, guys.
A 14-second video posted online has cost a Boca Raton nurse her job. In it, a woman identified as Lexi Lawler, who in the video says she's a labor and delivery nurse, recorded herself wishing President Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, suffers a 4th-degree tear during childbirth with long-term complications before calling Leavitt a derogatory word. Leavitt announced her pregnancy on Instagram in December, saying she's expecting a baby girl in May.
Wasn't the smartest move for a nurse.
I showed the video to attorney Michelle Suskauer. Is this a First Amendment discussion? What would you say?
Well, it could be. And we saw this as well with Charlie Kirk.
Suskauer isn't involved in this case, but it's the first we've seen of a healthcare provider getting fired.
And so it's going to be a question of, is this former employee going to fight her termination? And she very well may, and we may see this in the court.
We did some digging and found a LinkedIn profile under the same name that claims she works with Baptist Health Boca Regional Hospital. A spokesperson from the hospital released this statement in part, while we respect the right to personal opinions, there is no place in healthcare for language or behavior that calls into question a caregiver's ability to provide compassionate, unbiased care.
The question is, does the hospital have a right to make those judgment calls about
Look
their
at the
employees?
shoes
And
this
their argument is,
304
yes, I
has.
do.
No, guys, those are like regular heels that chicks wear now. They aren't stilettos. Guys, stilettos are hooker heels. These are like, a lot of chicks wear these shoes. I don't know if it fits this little pantsuit thing she's wearing. Obviously, it is a little odd, but someone has said hooker heels, and these are hooker heels. They're just 304 shoes on this chick.
I know, dude. She's got me hooked.
She's old, and she's supposed to be like a lawyer. They're not lawyer shoes, obviously, you know. But you can imagine if she was some 22-year-old intern, as she came, you know, sashaying through with these heels on, it wouldn't be a bad thing. These are kind of like, you guys remember like 2005, 2006? Those are the heels that these chicks were wearing back then. You know?
Argument is, yes, I do.
You guys, here, if you have white shoes, guys, keep your shoes clean. What is with these younger guys now, and they'll buy white shoes and just trash them? You know what I'm saying? That's just such a weird, like, generational thing. I have white shoes that are years old, and they're like perfect still, because you know you don't walk out with your white shoes if it's raining, if it's muddy. You know what I'm saying? And if you do anything on them, you clean them immediately.
Please, and their argument is, yes, I do.
Boca Raton Mayor Scott Singer issued a statement online saying, quote, "The disgusting comments have no place in medicine or in our community." And the comment section has people calling for her license to be revoked.
You think
they could go that far?
They have to do their due diligence in investigating to
Now, guys, here's more to the story.
A video posted by a labor and delivery nurse is spreading far beyond Boca Raton tonight, and what she said is now costing her her career.
And it took just hours for city leaders and hospital executives to step in.
CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty is live outside the Baptist.
Get it? I don't know about the
Damn,
lip filler.
Katie.
You know what I'm saying? But how you
Health
doing?
Boca Raton Regional Hospital with those details. Katie?
Liz, Jim, the video at the center of this story is
Look at how
Plastic
big,
face.
Look at how big her lips are.
That's what I was going to say.
So small, but her lips are so big.
graphic, so we did censor most of it. But officials say what you're about to hear is what cost a Boca Raton nurse her job.
I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again. You
The woman in the video is Lexi Lawler, a now former labor and delivery nurse at Baptist Health Boca
mass.
Raton Regional Hospital.
That's who's
her
delivering her
comments
baby,
were directed
guys.
at White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who recently announced she's pregnant with her second child.
as a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Leavitt a 4th-degree tear.
A 4th-degree tear, one of the most severe childbirth injuries.
Look at that.
I asked people their take on the video.
Especially if it's a labor and delivery nurse, like I'm trusting you with one of the most sacred moments of my life. I would definitely be very uncomfortable.
The video was later set to private, but not before it got clicks. The Libs of TikTok account reposted along with a photo that appears to show Lawler wearing a shirt with a political message about President Donald Trump. Boca Raton's mayor also weighing in, calling the comments disgusting and that Lawler is no longer employed. Baptist Health confirming that decision, telling CBS.
Isn't that crazy? How they all claim to be part of this sisterhood
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
until that woman is of a religion or a political party or a political stance that they don't like, you know?
12 News, the comments do not reflect its values and that there is no place in healthcare for language or behavior that calls into question a caregiver's ability to provide compassionate, unbiased care.
Everyone has social media, everyone has a technological device, you know, and when you have a career, I think it's even more important for you to be conscientious of what you say.
Can you pause it for a second? So there's a couple other moving parts here. Carolyn Leavitt is from my state. And part of the reason why these women are upset because she did Warren Buffett. She literally did the Warren Buffett playbook. She married a guy who's way older, who thinks he's a mini Donald Trump, and builds like shitty townhouse apartments that he calls luxury that are garbage. But he's making decent money. He's probably like, I know he's in his 60s. I'm sure Carolyn Levitt's probably, I don't know, maybe 30 or something. That is a factor, and that's one reason that they are pissed. Carolyn Levitt also will do whatever she has to do to play the game. You don't get to be in her position without sacrificing a few things, or you have to. Well, just put it this way: she has succeeded, and I'm putting that on succeed. She's had to. I'm serious about this. Her success is not based on her husband. Her husband, has helped provided her a little bit of money. But I'm telling you, man, if you get to that political position, because she's decent looking, but you get to that political position, you've had to play the game. You don't get to be the speaker of the presidency or secretary. I'm not even sure what the exact title. I'm drawing a blank on the title, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You do not get to be in that position without making some sacrifices. You are the head ho propagandist of the country.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. And I'm not taking this woke liberal woman's side by any means, but I'm saying this is have a titty bit of insider baseball on it.
Okay.
Headlines: a Boca Raton nurse fired over comments she made outside of work is now pushing back. At the same time, Florida's Attorney General is moving to revoke her license.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Good.
Also taking action against another nurse over their remarks. The situation raising questions about free speech and professional standards in healthcare. CBS 12 reporter Katie Benty is live tonight over in Palm Beach County with the breakdown.
So here's what people conflate. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. At the end of the day, you have employers, you are a representation of that employer, and many employers do have social media policies because this can negatively impact them and their business and their reputation. Second, there are professional standards as well and codes of ethics.
Yeah, that's true.
So freedom of speech just means that, and even freedom of speech doesn't mean all speech is protected, but the speech that is protected, it just means from federal prosecution. It has nothing to do with personal and professional consequences.
Yeah, and freedom of speech is only relevant to the venue that you're saying it on. Like for us, like we are enjoying the benefits of YouTube, so we have to play by their name a little bit.
Exactly.
We can create a website basically doing, mostly whatever we're saying, whatever we want.
No, you can make a website
traffic
and say whatever you want on your own.
Whatever you want, but you can't, you can't do. You can do 80% of whatever you want, basically. Like, because certain things are just unacceptable as society as a standard. If I put up a naked picture of a kid,
don't say that.
But I'm saying that's unacceptable. Yeah. I'm saying that is unacceptable. That's what I'm saying here.
Well, Jim, this Boca Raton nurse continues to speak very publicly online, but Lexi Lawler has declined comment to CBS 12 News. And because of the profane and graphic language, we did censor much of what you're about to hear.
They murdered a man in Minnesota, and you motherfucker coming after me because I use bad language.
Yeah, that's Lexi Lawler, the Boca Raton labor and delivery nurse fired after a viral TikTok. She's now responding to the backlash.
I'm on the right side of this. You.
Lawler lost her job.
Is this not the ultimate liberal white woman showing out for illegals? And
it's kind of a common nurse too, in a way.
Yeah, that's true.
This nurse is delivering your baby.
Yeah. Not anymore.
At Baptist Health Boca Raton Regional Hospital after posting graphic comments about pregnant White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again, you.
Her husband has since launched a GoFundMe calling the firing retaliation for political speech and raising money for a possible lawsuit. But legal experts say free speech has limitations in some workplaces.
The private employer, there are no First Amendment rights.
Lawler isn't alone. In the past year, healthcare workers in Kentucky, Georgia, and Virginia have been fired over controversial political posts. Now, a Miami nurse is also under scrutiny. Eric Martindale denies a post alleging that he would refuse care to MAGA supporters. Still, Attorney General James Uthmeier is calling for both nurses' licenses to be revoked.
These people should not have a license. If you're going to make threats saying because somebody's a Republican.
While losing a license is far less common,
They did
experts
burn
say
the cuff off, by the way, a lot, quite a bit,
that's
so
true.
much stuff.
Yeah.
And by
Does
the way,
happen.
these people are still going to get a job in this industry. They're going to go to Midwest or something like that. They'll
they're
still
gonna
get a job.
or like a
This
rural
is a
area.
hindrance for them. Yeah, they'll get a job. They actually might get promoted. They go to Portland's or something. So, this is a lot of this is a charade. A bunch of this is a charade.
Yeah,
it's a
One
temporary
essential
thing.
criteria you want from a healthcare worker is to pretend to be at least concerned about your safety and well-being.
And so far, it seems both nurses do still hold their licenses. Live in West
See?
Palm Beach, I'm Katie Benti, CBS.
Here you go, guys. Watch.
A Berkeley City Council meeting ends with an arrest in the hallway when a police officer noticed a complaining citizen is wanted.
Only Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes talked to the officer who arrested the woman in this unusual case.
It was at a Berkeley City Hall meeting this month when a woman who's wanted on domestic assault and armed criminal action charges showed up here to complain to the city council. Moment.
You got to be kidding me.
Are you kidding me?
How stupid can you be?
Is this Berkeley, California? Because it looked like snow on the ground a little bit.
I'm not sure, but
because when I think of Berkeley, California, I think of someone who's just way too high most of the time.
Either way,
some people are really fucking stupid. And to get her to come talk to us, and she just refused.
Berkeley Police Major Steve Runge recognized the wanted woman when she spoke at the January 12th City Council meeting.
Could it have been anything other than a B-dub? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. And not only that, complained about the police. And I'm like, hey, you're wanted by
the police are doing their job. This is bullshit.
the police.
The city's recording is out of focus, but you can still see Major Runge on the right texting other officers. She's there, and two officers in the back get up to be ready.
Take her down.
Yeah.
Concern was to take her into custody without an issue, without any drama.
Which they did in the hallway outside. A St. Louis County probable cause statement says Jamesia Moore stabbed her boyfriend in October 2025 and then was captured on video, reportedly saying, quote, "You're lucky I did not stab you in the bleeping chest."
When you stab somebody, that's about as serious as it gets, just short of murder.
Shout out to the Berkeley Police Department, who were really on top of their game, very aware.
St. Louis County prosecutor Melissa Price Smith says she's never seen anything quite like this.
She had refused to go to the police department to speak with them. It's actually quite surprising, though, that she then appeared at the Berkeley City Council meeting 2 months later on a completely different matter.
You can run, but you can't hide.
We also called the defendant's attorney for a comment and have not heard back.
Guys, last one here.
Well, hold on. And what do I always say? Left to their own devices, these chicks self-destruct.
Yeah. There you go. Watch.
shows the moment a 19-month-old baby falls out of a moving vehicle and onto the road in a busy intersection in Fullerton. That child's mother has been arrested and is facing charges of child abuse.
The child was rushed to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Jillian Smuckler is live in Fullerton with more on what happened.
Do it again in slow motion.
They might replay it in slow motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
you can get it though.
Yeah, yeah. I'll give him my Smuckler.
She's like all these babes. You get their pilot lit, they can suck start a leaf blower.
Sharon, Micah, yeah, just hard to watch all around. It happened in this intersection behind me. That moment caught on camera, and now millions of people have seen that video online. Of course, as you just mentioned, that child falling out of a moving SUV. And nearly a week after it happened, the child's mother is now in custody. The video is hard to watch.
Oh, okay. The back door opens. Hold on.
You can see a black SUV making a turn Tuesday morning when
right
the
there.
front passenger door suddenly swings open.
Jesus.
A toddler
She's
can
lucky
be
she didn't run it
seen
over. Yeah.
tumbling out of the vehicle.
Damn.
Hang on a second. She's a dunderhead because that should be the
Why is it the front door?
Guys, one at a time.
Going off. You don't drive that's like a 2020 car. You don't drive that car. It'll be like the door is ajar. The door is ajar.
Well, no, yeah, but no. She should have had this kid get in the back seat and a child seat.
Yeah.
And in a car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a car seat.
But she has nice rims. That's what I'm sure she cares about.
Onto the asphalt and landing.
Oops. Hold on.
And imagine the situation they
kid
put
died.
this Camry driver in.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yep.
You drive down the road and almost run a toddler over.
Yeah, this Camry driver was like, oh, snap.
Right in the middle of the intersection. The SUV then stops abruptly, forcing the driver behind it to slam on the brakes, coming to a stop just inches from the child. Moments later, a woman.
Well. As we knew that was coming, right? We knew that was coming. The worst stewards of children on planet Earth. B-dubs, man.
Don't have a Mercedes that's called like MLK model, like Martin Luther King model. Like
I think they have the GLK. I think they have the MLK. But guys, it's crazy that like B-dubs buy so many Benzes and they have no money. It's crazy.
Woman rushes from the driver's seat, scoops up the child, places them back in the SUV,
doesn't
and
apologize
drives
to the
away.
Camry driver.
It's criminal. Obviously, the child doesn't look to be in car seat or any safety measure taken when transporting a child that's necessary to get anybody from point A to point B.
Police later identified the woman as 35-year-old Jacqueline Hernandez of La Habra and says she's the child's mother. They say the toddler suffered injuries consistent with the fall and was taken to the hospital, but is expected to be okay.
I'm unaware of where the child is or who they're with.
Despite the dramatic scene, police say they didn't receive any 911 calls when it happened. But the video later exploded on social media, garnering hundreds of thousands of views. It sparked widespread outrage among many parents, including one local mom who ended up showing that video to police.
I'm a mom of 4, so seeing that baby fall out of the car, my heart stopped for the baby, especially because I work across the street from there and cars are always speeding and not paying attention.
She's demanding answers and accountability as she tries to process how a child could fall from a moving car.
I was absolutely shocked that no one said, hey, let me call the police and let them know what just happened. Even if, let's say, she had gotten away, even with just like a license plate to give to the police.
But days later, a witness who saw what happened firsthand came forward. That tip led investigators to a residence in La Habra where police say they located the woman, the SUV, and the child seen in that video. And that woman you just heard from, she actually works at this animal hospital, which is really right across from the intersection where it happened. You heard her talk about how she always sees cars speeding here, driving recklessly. Well, we just saw there is a camera showing a different angle of the intersection. So she tells us she's been asked to talk to police tomorrow, hand over some of that video. So they're hoping this helps with the investigation. But again, if you know anything, saw anything, or just have any information to share, you're asked to call Fullerton Police. I'll send it back to you in Hollywood.
Sweet. All right, you guys. How much shut this down? Guys, we'll be live tomorrow to talk about cars, guys. 5 p.m. Guys, we are going in. This is absolute foolishness, man.
At least that chick was rolling on 20 whores.
But guys, seriously, like there's no reason to buy any new car at all. None. None. I would say peak automotive engineering was probably from like 1990 to about 2013, 2007, around there. Because you look at those are all the cars that are on the road the most today. The 90s Civics, Accords, Corollas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still see those things beat up but still drive around today, and they were just fast enough. They still had it. They had pretty small engines and got really good gas mileage still, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the American cars, the 2000s too. But past that, it doesn't make any sense. But
like 96, once OBD2 became the standard for all the diagnostic stuff, to mid 2000s, as on a few models like late 2000s. But no, well said, AJ. Good gas, dude. All these new cars now, they're not really getting any better gas mileage than 20-year-old cars.
What? But people want them to be faster. Like, what does an Accord? I mean, a new Camry have to do 0 to 60 in like 6.3 seconds for? Why?
Right. Yeah.
Why? It's a Camry. 7 seconds, 8 seconds. It's just fine. Or a minivan does 0 to 60 in like 6.7. Why? Why? Right. What's the point? SUVs. We have a SUV that has 575 horsepower. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
You don't even tow with it or anything. Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. So
and then not to mention these older cars, dude. As long as you do just even half the basic maintenance, dude, you still get like 300,000-400,000 miles out of these cars. These new cars now. Man, like, I mean, you look at some of the Subarus and they're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to sell my Subaru. It's got 82,000 miles on it, and somebody be like, oh well, why is it so cheap? Well, I already had to replace the engine, and the new engine's already making a weird ticking noise. Buy it.
Or the fact that someone in here said they had a Tundra, that 2011, 2012 Tundra was one of the most, like, one of the perfect trucks.
Yeah.
With the V8 in it, it goes forever. Now they put that twin turbo V6 in there, and it's the worst engine Toyota's ever made. They have more recalls on those things. To think that Toyota in the last 3 years has had so many recalls, that's almost as crazy as saying that a small block Chevy V8's bad. The small block Chevy V8 has to be the most reliable engine historically ever made.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And now it's crap.
Well, they complicated it.
Yeah. Horrible. So, but all right, you guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.